The year was 2012, and I was committed to the Region Psychiatric Unit, the old psych ward. Inside that psych unit, they did something on the first story that I read. The story was the book of Revelations. Now, these cloaks were untrained, didn't know what they were doing, and desperate. What they did was activate the book of Revelations, because what they had thought had happened is it had never been activated before. And I woke up during this process, and I encountered Gog, also known as the serpent. The people that I seen there was, again, they were dressed with green and white cloaks. Now, they might have changed their colors by now, but I'm still going to tell the story about the green and whites, because it's the people that I saw. So I was having a vision. It was similar to a vision that I'd had in 2004. And I'm down having this vision, and the world is in blood. There's not anything but blood. And I'm like moaning and screaming, like whatever, And then this cloak comes in to try to fix it. Looks like Tupac, but it's Joe Becker. Or, Dan Kappas, or one of them two. They're kind of the same thing. They just act like they're opposing. And they activated the book of Revelations. They didn't know what they had activated. They thought that they activated Silver Lining Playbook. That did not become what it was. So they activated the book of Revelations, and that's what we're living in. And so the nations has emerged, a scarlet whore, things like that have emerged and come out into sort of what is what is today I'm calling Gog, I'm calling the beast, the serpent, the dragon that enters these things. This is what we're in. These are yet this, and the reason that we're in these things, and I'll get to those and some other stuff, is because of what they're trying to cover up. They're trying to cover up individuals eating the forbidden fruit, and it's going to cause a lot of chaos to come. Others have heard of the Phoenix Phenom. Well, I am kind of filling in some more biblical details from personal experience about what literally is happening here. Now, I'm from Minnesota, and this was where it took place. This is, the Twin Cities, like Sodom and Gomorrah, where they match. You understand? Where Palestine has allowed so many different things into their way of Palestine under their regime, things that are unacceptable. And they become, because they've wanted to go against Israel, and they've become what we know as the Scarlet Whore. They have become sort of an abomination to all the things that they have let kind of take place. So again, it wouldn't be all of them, but it is those that were representing Palestine, called the corrupt Palestinian royal family of America. There's like 3 or 4 different families that make them up, and they are massive. And they're very powerful. They're the ones who conduct the simulations, run the government, buy people off, and they feed the serpent. Or they are the serpent that maybe I have fed, but unknowingly, because it's like MK Ultra. So that's kind of where, and that was all started in 2012. Then there was many more occurrences where I woke up and caught them doing things. But that's what I'm going to leave for this video. That was in 2012. And then more on that vision. I was down, I was having a vision. The world turned to blood. There's these cloaks standing there, 6, 7 of them, which I'll encounter various points along the way. Tupac walks in wearing a cloak. He's fake Tupac, looks a little bit more like George Floyd. And he comes in to try to fix it in the vision. Now, when I wake up, it's a guy named Joe Becker I know, little dude that I know. I don't really know him. He's one of my alma maters. He's my school of thought. He is one of my people who vouch for me, who try to change things. So that is actually kind of where the story would begin, is 2012. And it gets much more complicated from there, but I had this vision. He comes in, he tries to fix it. The grass turns back to green. I'm like, oh, wow. And I'm all happy. And then, but behind him, he starts to say that he starts to anoint himself as being the one. And when he starts to do this, the blood starts to creep up. And I'm like, yeah, but what about all that stuff behind you? Like, it's just a joke. I thought he was just fucking around with me at that point. And he was like, no, he's lying. And they start arguing about me lying. But I was only telling the truth. So when they accused me of lying, then I knew they were lying. Because I have a message for them. As they've disappointed and disconnected from the messenger, I get the messages. The message is ignorance is bliss. From whatever they saw. But to them, what I saw, because I am the real messenger. And that's just the way it goes. The first is the last. God never changes. These are the same rules that they would have taught me, that they probably did teach me, that they have neglected and forgot. So that's where we're at. Thank you.